God says, "My child, your soulmate has only 2 days left. Open your heart now to save them from a tragic fate." The time has come for you to listen closely, for heaven is whispering through the wind and calling through your spirit. The one your soul is tied to, the one who was born to walk beside your light, is standing at the edge of something dangerous, something that could destroy not just their path, but the destiny written for both of you. You may not know it, my beloved, but their spirit is trembling. Their thoughts are dark and heavy. They are losing sight of who they are. A cloud of confusion has covered their heart, and they are being tempted to make a choice that could end everything I have planned for them. But I, your God, have seen it before it happens. And that is why I am calling you now. For you hold a power that they cannot reach, a love so pure that it can travel beyond time, beyond distance, beyond despair. Your heart, my child, is the doorway through which light can reach them. When you pray, when you whisper their name with love, it breaks chains that darkness cannot hold together. Your soulmate may not be with you right now. They may have drifted away, perhaps by pride, fear, or mistakes they made. They may even think they don't deserve love anymore. But your souls remain connected. I never break what I have tied in eternity. Even when silence fills the space between you, their spirit still hears you. Their heart still feels your energy. And now, I am asking you to awaken that connection once again, because it is through you that I will save them. Do you remember the nights when you suddenly felt sad without knowing why? When tears fell for no reason, or your chest felt heavy for a moment, as if something unseen was calling your name? That was not an accident, my child. That was their soul reaching for you, trying to find the light in your spirit. For too long, they have walked alone in the valley of confusion. They have surrounded themselves with voices that push them farther from peace. They are questioning their worth, their purpose, and their future. They feel trapped by regrets that haunt them at night, and shame that hides in their smile during the day. Their soul is crying for redemption, but they don't know how to reach me anymore. The darkness around them is whispering lies, that it's too late, that no one cares, that they are too broken to be loved again. But I have not abandoned them. I have sent this message to you, my beloved child, because your prayer can still reach what they have lost sight of. You are their divine intercessor. You are the light in their darkness. And though you cannot physically save them, your faith can. Do not take this lightly, for time is short. Within 2 days, they will face a turning point, a decision, a path, a temptation that could lead them into destruction or deliverance. Your love, your energy, your prayer, they will decide which direction their soul takes. Do not let fear rule your heart. Instead, let compassion move you. For fear closes heaven's door, but love opens it wide. My child, there are people around your soulmate who pretend to care, but their intentions are not pure. They speak words that sound comforting, but their spirit carries deception. They are leading your soulmate toward choices that bring harm instead of healing. And I know your heart aches to see them suffer. I know there were times you wanted to give up on them, to walk away, to stop caring, to stop feeling. But you couldn't, could you? Because your soul still remembers what their soul forgot. You remember the purity of their heart before the world wounded it. You remember their laughter before pain dimmed their light. And deep within, you still believe that they can be saved, not because of who they are right now, but because of who I made them to be. That belief, my beloved, is the key. That faith is what heaven responds to. You don't need to see them to reach them. You don't need to speak to them to touch them. You only need to close your eyes, call my name, and send love toward them. I will take that love, and I will wrap it around their soul like a shield. They will begin to feel something they haven't felt in a long time: warmth, peace, hope. They won't understand why they suddenly feel like praying, or why they feel a calm presence beside them in the dark. But it will be you, my child, it will be your light reaching them through me. I have watched you endure loneliness, confusion, heartbreak, and through it all, you kept your heart soft. You kept believing that love has a purpose. That love, my beloved, is divine love. It carries the same energy that created the stars. It is the reason I have chosen you for this mission. You are not saving them alone, heaven is with you. Archangels are surrounding you even now. They are preparing to travel to the one you love, carrying the energy you send through prayer. Do not be afraid. The clock may be ticking in the physical world, but in the spiritual realm, miracles happen in moments. The first thing I ask of you is forgiveness. Forgive your soulmate for what they did, for the silence, for the distance, for the things that broke your heart. Because forgiveness is the language of heaven, it unlocks the gates of divine intervention. When you forgive, you release them from guilt. And when guilt releases, grace can enter. Do not dwell on how they hurt you. Focus on how you can heal them. You have more power than you know, my child. The purity of your heart can rewrite fate. In these next 2 days, I want you to speak blessings over them, not curses. Pray not that they suffer for their mistakes, but that they awaken from their pain. For the love you send will act as a light that exposes every lie around them. Say in your heart, God, let them see the truth. Let them feel your mercy. Let them return to the light before it's too late. Each word you speak in love becomes an arrow of light piercing the darkness surrounding them. Even now, as you listen to this message, your soulmate's soul stirs. Something deep inside them feels unsettled, as if they can sense that time is running short. They may not know what's happening, but their heart is reaching out for help. And heaven has chosen you to answer that call. Do not be afraid of this responsibility, my beloved. You were not chosen because you are perfect, you were chosen because your love is real. Because you still believe in the power of light even after walking through darkness yourself. Remember this, your soulmate's tragic fate can still be changed. What looks impossible to you is a simple breath to me. I am not asking you to carry their pain, I am asking you to carry faith. I will handle the rest. The next 48 hours will be sacred. Heaven will watch your prayers, your energy, your thoughts. Every act of love you send will create ripples that reach your soulmate. Speak their name with compassion. Surround them with divine light in your imagination. Picture them standing in front of you, covered in white light, free from fear, free from confusion. As you do this, angels will stand beside them. They will block every negative influence, every whisper of despair, every false friend that tries to lead them away. And when the final hour comes, I will give them a sign, a vision, a dream, a sudden realization that will shake their soul awake. They will not understand why they suddenly feel the need to stop, to think, to pray. But that will be your love reaching them. It will be your prayer breathing life into their spirit. My child, you are not powerless. You are the answer to a cry they didn't know how to speak. I have placed in you the strength to change their ending. So do not give up. Do not let fear stop you. Stand in faith. Because your soulmate story is not over, and through your prayer, I will write a new one. Remember, 2 days. 2 days to love beyond pride. 2 days to forgive without reason. 2 days to believe even when you cannot see. And when you do, heaven will move mountains. I promise you, my child, the miracle has already begun. The air grows heavier around the world of your soulmate. The silence that surrounds them is not peaceful, it is filled with invisible cries. Their spirit trembles beneath the weight of choices they never meant to make. Inside them, a war is raging, a quiet war between love and despair, between truth and lies. They look fine on the outside, but inside, their soul is collapsing into pieces. God watches them from above, not with anger, but with heartbreak. The divine voice whispers, "They have forgotten who they are, my child. They have wandered too far into shadows that pretend to be light. Your soulmate has been trying to fill their emptiness with the wrong things, people who only take from them, dreams that were never theirs, paths that lead away from peace. They are surrounded by voices that tell them they are not enough, that they have failed, that there is no point in trying anymore. And each day, those voices grow louder, drowning the sound of their own soul. But even in that darkness, something still glows faintly, a thread of light that connects them to you. That thread is love, unspoken yet alive, stretching across distance and time, unbroken even by silence. That is the thread heaven is protecting. God says, "My child, do not mistake their silence for rejection. Their heart still calls your name, even if their lips do not move. The bond between your souls was written long before your birth. You were chosen to be their mirror, their prayer, their hope when they lose their way. Somewhere deep within their spirit, your soulmate remembers you. In their dreams, your presence appears like a soft wind, or a voice that says, 'You can come back home.' They wake with tears on their pillow, not understanding why their heart feels like it's breaking without a reason. But God knows. Heaven sees the truth that eyes cannot. Your soulmate is being tested by darkness, not because they are evil, but because they carry a light powerful enough to threaten it. Every great soul faces such a storm before they awaken. And now, the storm is at its peak. You may have felt the sudden sadness for no reason, the restless nights, the strange ache in your chest. That is not your imagination. That is your soul hearing their cries. That is how divine connection works. When one heart trembles, the other feels it. When one falls, the other bends to catch them. God says softly, "My child, I have shown you glimpses of their pain because your love is the only prayer that can reach them. You are the voice I am using to call them back to the light." Your soulmate feels trapped. They are surrounded by people who do not truly love them, people who see their kindness as weakness, who drain their energy, who promise love but deliver chains. These people speak sweetly but carry poison beneath their tongues. And your soulmate, wounded and tired, has started to believe that this is what they deserve. But heaven disagrees. Heaven whispers, they deserve healing, not hurt. They deserve peace, not punishment. They deserve love, the kind you carry in your heart. You are not being asked to chase them, my child. You are being asked to pray for them. Your prayer can reach places your presence cannot. Your forgiveness can break chains that words cannot. When you speak their name with love, heaven bends to listen. When you cry for their healing, angels move. In the unseen realm, your words become light, waves of soft gold energy that travel through time and space, wrapping around their soul. They may not see it, but their heart begins to feel lighter, their mind begins to quiet, their body begins to rest. Love, in its purest form, begins to awaken them. That is how miracles begin. God says, they are not lost, my child. They are being found through your faith. Every prayer you whisper is building a bridge between their darkness and my light. In the spiritual world, there is a room filled with your tears, not wasted, but collected by angels. Every tear holds power. Every sigh, every heartbreak, every sleepless night is not forgotten. These are sacred offerings that heaven uses to open closed doors. Meanwhile, your soulmate walks through a fog of confusion. They are haunted by guilt and memories they do not understand. Sometimes, they see your face in their mind and quickly look away, not knowing why their heart aches. They think they are imagining you. They are not. It is God reminding them of what is true. They are running from pain, not realizing that pain is following them because they have not healed. They are searching for love, not knowing that love has already been praying for them. God says, they cannot see you, but they feel you. They cannot hear you, but they sense the warmth of your spirit calling their name. You are their divine echo, their unseen miracle. Your soulmate's journey is not just physical, it is spiritual. Their soul is trapped in a web of fear, and every day, that web tightens. But there is still time, 2 days for light to break through, 2 days for love to reach them before the path becomes harder. Heaven is asking you not to lose faith. Your prayer will be the key. When you pray, do not ask for them to return quickly, ask for their soul to heal. Pray that they remember who they are, and where they come from. Pray that they are protected from every plan made against them. Pray that they find their way back to peace. For when one soul prays with pure love for another, miracles are written. Angels take those prayers like seeds and plant them in the heart of the one who needs them most. The moment they bloom, everything changes, the heart softens, the darkness loses power, and the light begins to rise. This is how your love is saving them, my child, not through force, but through faith. You may not know what they are going through, but God does. They may have fallen into the hands of someone who pretends to love them but secretly destroys them. They may have lost their sense of purpose, drowning in self-blame or false comfort. But your prayers are creating cracks in the wall around them, light is leaking in. And one day soon, they will look up from their confusion and whisper, "Why do I suddenly feel peace?" And in that moment, their soul will remember you. Because your love is not just human, it is divine. It was chosen by heaven long before time began. God says, "Do not let fear make you believe it's over. I am working through your love. I am restoring what was meant to be. I am guiding their steps even when they cannot see." Let your heart rest in this truth: even in separation, divine love is never lost. The same God who joined your souls is now protecting both paths. While you wait, heaven is preparing a transformation far deeper than reunion. It is the awakening of their spirit. So tonight, close your eyes and whisper their name into the light. See them surrounded by angels. See their pain dissolving, their tears turning to peace. Feel the warmth of your own heart expanding, that is your spirit healing theirs. This is not the end of your story. This is the beginning of their awakening. The night may be long, but the dawn is near. Heaven is not silent, it is working through you. And every time you choose love instead of bitterness, you bring them one step closer to being saved from the tragic fate that was never meant to be theirs. Hold on, God whispers gently. I am moving in ways you cannot see. Their soul is hearing you. The miracle has already begun. God says, "My child, time is now trembling between light and shadow. The heavens have counted the hours, and only 2 days remain before the path of your soulmate is sealed in a way that cannot easily be undone. These 2 days are not ordinary, they are sacred windows through which destiny can still be rewritten. What happens next depends not on fear, but on faith. Your soulmate stands at a crossroads, weary and lost. Their heart beats slower beneath the weight of confusion. There are voices around them, soft yet poisonous, whispering lies that sound like comfort. They do not know that these words come from the enemy who seeks to pull them away from light. The darkness wants to convince them that love is over, that hope is dead, that they are too broken to be saved. But I, the Lord your God, say this clearly: they are not beyond saving, and your love is the bridge that can carry them home. You see, my child, the enemy does not attack the weak. It attacks those who carry great purpose. Your soulmate carries light that could awaken many hearts, and that is why the shadows are chasing them. But what darkness forgets is that I have already placed a warrior beside them, and that warrior is you. Your heart is my vessel. Your tears are my prayers. When you ache, I feel it too. When you whisper their name at night, the heavens record it. When you cry for their safety, angels are dispatched from the gates of light. You are not helpless. You are chosen. These 2 days will test your spirit. You will feel waves of sadness, confusion, or even fear, not because you are weak, but because your soul is standing in battle for someone you love. Do not run from these feelings. Sit with them, hold them, and then release them into my light. Every time you do, you pull your soulmate further from the edge. I am showing you this not to burden you, but to prepare you. Your prayers in these 2 days will carry the power to shift destiny. I have placed a spiritual key inside your heart, a key made of pure love and forgiveness. Use it now, my child. Close your eyes when you pray, and see their face not as broken, but as whole. Speak not from pain, but from peace. Say their name and imagine my light surrounding them like golden fire. Forgive what hurt you. Release what chained you. Let your prayer flow like a river, not as a demand, but as surrender. For I tell you this truth, when a soul prays with unconditional love, heaven bends to listen. Your soulmate's heart is trembling in secret. They may not show it to the world, but I see it clearly. They stare at the ceiling at night and whisper, "Why do I feel so empty?" They wonder why their dreams have grown cold, why joy feels distant, why they can't escape the guilt of leaving what was real for something that only shines on the surface. Their soul remembers you, my child. Deep within, they feel the echo of your love calling them back to peace. They think it's only a memory, but it is my voice speaking through the bond one placed between you. In the next 2 days, their spirit will be tested. They will face a choice, between illusion and truth, between ego and love, between the temporary comfort of darkness and the eternal warmth of light. This is their moment of awakening. But they cannot walk through it alone, they need the energy of your faith to strengthen their steps. So do not despair when you feel sudden sadness or when you sense their distance. That is the storm before their transformation. You must not stop now, my child. Stand in love, even when your heart shakes. Stand in faith, even when your eyes cannot see the outcome. I am moving behind the scenes. I am speaking to their heart in dreams, sending signs they cannot ignore. They will begin to feel discomfort in places they once found pleasure. They will see truth where they once saw lies. This discomfort is not punishment, it is my mercy awakening them. Do not pray for them to feel happy, pray for them to feel truth. For truth, though painful, leads to freedom. In these 2 days, heaven will align many things. The people who deceive them will begin to show their real faces. The false promises will begin to crumble. And as everything built on illusion falls apart, your soulmate will finally see the purity of what they left behind. That is when your love, pure and silent, will guide them home. My child, remember, love is not control. Love is not obsession. Love is not possession. True love is prayer in motion. It is light that asks for nothing but the other soul's healing. When you love like this, you become a vessel of miracles. There is a moment coming when they will look up and feel a sudden warmth in their chest, that is your spirit reaching them. That is the moment your prayer pierces their darkness. And though they may not understand it, their heart will begin to soften. Every second counts now. For in the unseen, angels are standing at their side. Archangel Michael guards them as they sleep. Archangel Raphael surrounds them with green light for healing. I have sent my army of love to protect their soul from the pit of regret. But they still must choose the light, and your faith will help them find it. So pray this, my child, not from fear, but from truth. God, let your will be done in the life of my soulmate. Heal their wounds, silence the lies around them, and fill their heart with your light. Protect them from every trap. Guide them back to peace, whether through me or through your divine hand. Let them remember love, not pain. Let them awaken before time runs out. When you speak these words with faith, I turn them into fire. That fire burns through illusions, heals wounds, and restores what was stolen. You have wondered if your prayers truly matter. I tell you now, they are the very reason your soulmate is still breathing in grace. Every sigh, every tear, every whisper that came from your heart has been turned into strength for their soul. You are their intercessor. You are the silent miracle they will never fully understand until they awaken. In these 2 days, I will bring divine interruptions into their life. Unexpected signs. Strange coincidences. Encounters that stir their heart. These are not random, these are my touch. You may not see these moments, but your spirit will feel them. And when you feel warmth or peace suddenly wash over you, know that your prayer has reached them. Do not let fear whisper that it is too late. Do not let impatience blind you to my timing. I am the God of the impossible. I can turn ashes into beauty in a single breath. Trust that every moment of pain you endured was not wasted, it was the soil where I planted your miracle. My child, your soul carries divine authority because it carries love. And love is my highest power. Use it now. Speak light, not despair. Speak faith, not doubt. Speak healing, not revenge. Your voice echoes through realms beyond sight. And in that echo, destinies are being rewritten. 2 days remain, but fear not. For I am the God who can turn 1 second into salvation. The tragedy that was planned is already trembling before my light. The shadow that sought to take them is losing its strength. The door of mercy is open, and your prayer is the key that will close it after light enters. Rest tonight knowing that I am near. Do not look at the clock, look at the cross. For what was finished there cannot be undone here. Love will triumph. Light will rise. And your soulmate will be saved, not by force, but by grace. You will know when the shift happens, your heart will feel lighter, your mind calmer, and your spirit peaceful. That peace will be your sign that heaven has moved. Hold on, my beloved child. Do not give up in the final hours. For when faith stands firm, miracles unfold like morning sun. And when this test is over, you will understand, you were not saving them alone. You were walking beside me, helping me bring 1 lost soul back home. Now go in peace, my child. The countdown has begun, but so has redemption. Keep your heart open, for I am writing the miracle even now. God says, my child, the battle has begun. In the unseen realm, light and darkness now face each other for the soul I created with love, the soul that belongs to your soulmate. The air of the spirit world trembles. Angels spread their wings, glowing brighter than 1,000 suns, while shadows rise to resist them. The fight is not with swords of metal but with energy, intention, and truth. Your soulmate lies in a place of confusion, unaware of the storm around them. They think they are merely tired, restless, or afraid, but what they feel is the vibration of war, heaven and hell both calling their name. I stand above it all, my child, watching not with fear but with purpose. For I am not a God who loses battles. I am a God who writes victory in silence. And this battle is being fought not through anger or revenge, but through love, the love that flows through your heart. Every prayer you whisper, every tear you shed, becomes a weapon of light in the hands of angels. Every time you choose forgiveness over bitterness, a sword of truth is sharpened. Every time you speak life over them instead of resentment, the darkness loses ground. You may not see this with your eyes, but your spirit is standing in the battlefield beside Archangel Michael himself. He moves with divine authority, his voice shaking the air of eternity. He calls your soulmate's name with power, saying, "You belong to light. You belong to peace. You belong to love." And in that moment, chains begin to break. The forces of darkness cry out in fear, for they cannot touch what is covered by faith. Your soulmate's soul trembles. They begin to dream of things they cannot explain. Dreams of light breaking through heavy clouds, dreams of a familiar voice calling them home. That is me, speaking through the thread that ties you both together. Their tears are beginning to fall, though they don't know why. They feel a deep sadness rise in their chest, that is their soul remembering truth. They will try to silence it with distraction, but my light will keep knocking until they open the door. My child, I know the waiting has been hard. You have cried, you have questioned, you have wondered if I even hear you. I tell you now, every cry from your soul has become a command to heaven. Every ache has become an instruction to angels. When you thought I was silent, I was gathering the armies of light. Right now, Archangel Raphael moves around your soulmate, pouring green light into their wounds. The pain they have carried from childhood, the guilt they hide behind laughter, the anger they carry from betrayal, all of it is being pulled to the surface, for light cannot heal what remains hidden. That is why they may feel lost, emotional, or restless. It is not punishment. It is purification. I am stripping away the lies that have covered their heart for too long. I am breaking every false attachment, every deceitful promise, every toxic bond. It hurts because it is leaving them. The spirit resists healing when it has become too familiar with pain. But love, my child, love will not stop until it restores. And so I tell you, your prayers are being answered in real time. The darkness is losing. The war is shifting. You may not hear the trumpets of victory yet, but in the unseen, they are already sounding. You must continue now, my beloved child. Keep your light steady. Do not speak words of fear. Speak only what is true. My soulmate is protected by divine light. No darkness can touch them. God's will shall be done. Every time you say those words, I release another wave of grace into their life. I know it feels like you are fighting alone, but I am with you in every breath. When you close your eyes, I place my hand upon your head. When you whisper their name, I carry it across realms. When you break down in tears, I hold those tears and use them as healing water for their soul. Do you not see, my child? You are part of this miracle. Your heart was chosen because it knows how to love without condition. That is why I connected you to their soul, not to suffer endlessly, but to awaken through compassion. The power of your love is changing their timeline. The tragedy that was meant to come is trembling. I am rewriting their ending because you stood in faith when everything looked lost. In the darkness around your soulmate, the enemy is losing control. The lies it whispered now sound hollow. The comfort it offered now burns. The people it used to distract them are beginning to show their true faces, masks falling, intentions exposed. The truth is rising like the dawn, and though it blinds them at first, it will free them soon. In this war of light, I need you to remain still in spirit. You don't need to fight through worry, you need to fight through trust. Say this in your heart: God, I release control. I trust that your light is fighting for them. I stand in peace because I know you are greater than any storm. When you declare this, your vibration rises. And when your vibration rises, your soulmate feels it. Peace will begin to reach them like a soft wind, and they will finally rest after many nights of inner chaos. This is how love heals, not by force, but by vibration. Not by noise, but by faith. Your soulmate will soon start noticing signs. They will see feathers, hear your name, feel warmth for no reason, or sense déjà vu moments that lead them back to what is real. They will not understand immediately, but these are reminders from me that they are not alone. And when they pause, even for a second, to wonder what is happening, light enters. That is how darkness loses. One small opening of faith is all heaven needs to pour through. The enemy will try one last time to pull them back. It will tempt them with old habits, with people who seem comforting, with lies that sound logical. Do not panic. That is the final shake before freedom. Stand firm, my child. For even if they stumble again, my grace will not let them fall completely. I am sending angels to hold them steady. The war is almost over. The light is about to win. My child, remember this always: love is the greatest weapon in the universe. It cannot be destroyed, it cannot be stolen, and it cannot fail. The kind of love you carry is the kind that changes destinies. I placed it inside you because I knew one day, it would save not only your soulmate but also awaken your own soul to divine purpose. So breathe now. The storm is clearing. The battle is almost done. You will soon feel a shift, a calmness in your spirit, a deep knowing that the danger has passed. When that moment comes, you will know that your soulmate has been pulled out of the pit. And then, a miracle will unfold quietly. They will start to reach for light. They will begin to remember love, to crave peace, to seek truth. That is when I will begin to guide them back, not in chaos, but in divine timing. My promise stands: I will not let tragedy write their ending. I will not let darkness steal what I have blessed. You will see, my child, that what seemed lost will return in a form purified by faith. You will see that your love was never in vain. And you will see how I turn pain into purpose, sorrow into strength, and heartbreak into healing. So keep your light burning. Speak softly. Love deeply. Trust completely. You are not alone in this. The heavens stand beside you. The battle between light and darkness is ending. Victory belongs to love. And soon, my beloved child, you will feel the miracle bloom, not as noise, but as peace. Not as tears of pain, but as tears of relief. Rest now. The hardest part is over. I am here, and I am winning this battle for you. My child, the final day has come. The 2 days that were once before you have now almost faded into the pages of destiny. The clock has turned, and the air around you is whispering a new message. You can feel it in your spirit, the weight, the ache, and the strange silence before a divine awakening. Do not fear, my beloved. What was meant to destroy your soulmate has already begun to lose its power. The tragic fate that was chasing them like a shadow has been stopped by your faith. You did not realize it, but every tear you shed, every prayer you whispered, and every moment you thought of them with love created a shield around them. You may not have seen the battle, but the heavens did. The angels saw you rise when the world told you to fall. Tonight, as you sit in stillness, I want you to know, your love did not go unheard. I was there when you called their name into the night. I was there when you doubted, when you feared you were too late. But I say to you, my child, love is never late when it is pure. It moves through time and space, breaking the laws of life and destiny. That love reached your soulmate, and because of it, they are being pulled away from the edge of tragedy. Right now, they are lost between two paths, one that leads to destruction and one that leads to rebirth. Your light is guiding them. Your prayers are echoing in their dreams, reminding them of who they are. The darkness is fighting, but it is weakening. They are beginning to awaken. Your soulmate has started to feel something inside their heart, a voice, faint but divine. That voice is mine, speaking through the love you carry. I am telling them, you are not forgotten. Someone still believes in you. My child, I know you have carried pain silently. You have loved deeply, even when they walked away. You stayed even when they turned cold. And though the world calls it foolishness, I call it divine strength. You are not weak for loving. You are not naive for believing. You are chosen to love in a way that heals souls and awakens destinies. Listen closely, the angels are whispering your name beside your soulmate now. They are being shown memories of your love, the way your presence once made their heart feel alive. They are remembering the warmth that no one else could ever replace. And in that remembrance, their spirit is beginning to turn back toward the light. The tragic fate that was written for them, the one that would have ended everything, is being rewritten. Do you feel that chill in your chest? That is the energy shifting. The storm is breaking apart. You have done more than you realize. My beloved child, there are moments when I test love, not to hurt, but to reveal. I allowed this darkness to come close not to destroy them, but to show them what real love does. Real love does not abandon, even when distance grows. Real love prays, even when the heart is breaking. Real love fights quietly, not for attention, but for salvation. You have shown me that kind of love. That is why I have intervened. That is why the curse, the darkness, and the tragic energy surrounding your soulmate are now dissolving like smoke under sunlight. Do not question how it will happen. Miracles are already unfolding beyond your sight. There are people, circumstances, and divine alignments that are being moved into place right now. You may feel delays, but I see destiny. You may feel uncertainty, but I see resurrection. In the coming hours, your soulmate will begin to see signs, flashes of light, dreams that feel too real, moments where they will hear your name in the wind. These are not coincidences. These are reminders from heaven that love still waits, that forgiveness still exists, and that redemption is still possible. Your soul and theirs were written on the same page long before the world was born. You were never meant to end in pain. You were meant to awaken through pain. This separation, this fear, these tears, they were all a part of the refining fire that burns away illusions and leaves only truth. And the truth is this: you are both being led back to the divine path where your souls will meet again, not in confusion, but in purpose. The love that once broke will return healed. The one who ran will seek you again, not out of guilt, but out of recognition. My child, you saved them not by force, but by faith. You did not need to chase them across lands or beg them to stay. You simply believed, and that belief carried my power. You became a vessel through which my grace flowed to them. And now, I am restoring what pain tried to destroy. As this message ends, take a deep breath. Feel the stillness around you, that is my presence. Feel the warmth in your heart, that is your soulmate's soul, reaching out through the bond one created. You are connected beyond distance, beyond time, beyond logic. Do not be afraid if you suddenly feel emotional in the next few moments. That is the divine connection awakening between you both. You may feel a pull toward prayer, or an urge to speak their names softly. Do it. Every word you speak in love now travels straight to their spirit. It strengthens them. It calls them home. In 2 days' time, a change will happen, one that will make your heart tremble, not with pain, but with awe. Something you thought was gone forever will begin to return. A sign will appear, a message, a sudden knowing. Do not doubt it. That will be me confirming what I promised. Your soulmate has been saved from the tragic fate that was once written. You will look back on this time and realize that nothing was ever random. Every heartbreak had a purpose. Every sleepless night was planting a seed of strength. Every tear became a prayer that reached the gates of heaven. Now, it is time to rest. You have done your part. Let me do mine. Surrender it all, the fear, the longing, the doubt, and I will fill you with peace that no storm can steal. My child, I am proud of you. You walked through fire and came out shining. You loved through silence, and that love changed destiny. From this day forward, may your life be filled with signs of divine renewal. Your soulmate will rise. You will heal. And what was once broken will become a testimony of my glory. So I bless you now, with peace that calms your heart, with light that protects your path, and with love that never fades. The 2 days are not days of ending, but days of beginning. When the clock turns again, everything will start to make sense. You will see them again. You will feel the divine connection stronger than ever. And when you do, you will know, it was your faith, your patience, and your pure heart that saved them from a tragic fate. Now, rest in my love. The battle is over. The miracle has begun. God says, my beloved child, listen closely to the stillness around you, for heaven is whispering a message meant only for your heart. A divine countdown has begun, and before this Thursday arrives, a sacred bond one created for your soul stands at the edge of disappearance. Your soulmate, the one your spirit has cried for in the quiet hours of the night, is drifting away, not because love has ended, but because the spiritual connection between you is trembling under the weight of silence and delay. I have shown you the place, the moment, the feeling. You have seen it, maybe in your dream, maybe in that sudden wave of emotion that came without reason, maybe in the way your heart sank while your eyes looked toward the horizon. That was not imagination. That was my warning. That was the echo of a divine truth. Something sacred is about to slip away if you do not awaken now. You have felt their energy fading, haven't you? The messages growing cold, the distance turning into fog, the once vivid feeling now buried under doubt. But do not fear, my child. For I am not here to tell you of an ending. I am here to tell you that this is your moment of intervention, the moment to turn the tide through faith, prayer, and surrender. When I breathed your soul into being, I carved within you a space that only one other soul could fill, a mirror of your essence, your soulmate. You both carry the same spiritual flame, split into two before birth, destined to meet again across lifetimes, across storms, across every human weakness. But now, that flame flickers weakly, like a candle under strong wind. And if you do not guard it, the light will vanish, leaving your path in darkness. I sent you visions, flashes of light, repeated numbers, dreams of water, bridges, doors, faces you could not fully see. You thought they were random, but they were coordinates to the place where your soulmate's energy is being tested. I showed you the exact place because I wanted you to feel the urgency, to awaken before the hour passes. For every bond of divine love must go through the trial of disappearance before it is reborn in truth. You asked me, why do I keep seeing them in my dreams even when they've gone far away? And I answered, not in words but through signs, through sudden songs that spoke of reunion, through strangers who carried the same eyes, through time slowing down when you whispered their name. All those were messages from my heart to yours, guiding you toward this moment. Child, your soulmate is not simply a person, they are a divine mission. When you prayed to understand love, I sent them. When they prayed to be healed, I sent you. Together, your souls carry healing light that can awaken others. That is why darkness has tried so hard to separate you, not because you are weak, but because together you are unstoppable. Now I tell you this truth. The spiritual clock is moving toward Thursday, a threshold moment in the divine calendar. If you remain silent, disconnected from faith, your soulmate's path may shift, and your names written side by side in the book of destiny could begin to fade from the same page. But if you open your heart, if you whisper to me tonight with tears of surrender, if you reach inward and call them in spirit, I can reverse what was meant to disappear. This is not a story of fear, it is a call to faith. The place I showed you, the street, the station, the garden, the dream, it represents something deeper. It is the spiritual place where your soulmate stands now, lost between holding on and letting go, unsure of their worth, unsure if love was ever real. They are at the edge of fading not because they stopped loving, but because their heart is tired, their soul feels unseen, and they believe you've moved on. But I see the truth in both your hearts. You both ache for each other. You both think of one another at the same strange hours of the night. And yet neither of you speaks. Do you not see, my child? Heaven has aligned everything for this moment. The same moon that watches over you watches over them. The same gentle wind that touches your face carries your name to their spirit. I have kept that connection alive even when human words failed. But now, you must act with faith. If you truly love, do not let pride be your silence. If you truly believe, do not let fear be your delay. I am calling you to pray for them this very night. Not with fear, not with begging, but with surrender. Close your eyes, speak to me, and say, God, guide my soulmate back to the light you meant for us. When you do, angels will carry your words through the spiritual realm, surrounding your soulmate with warmth, clarity, and divine protection. Child, the reason you are hearing this now is because your soulmate has been wandering through shadows. They are surrounded by noise, by confusion, temptation, regret, and guilt. They are standing at the crossroad I showed you, and by Thursday, they may make a choice that changes everything. That is why I am speaking, because I do not want you to lose what I created for eternity. Do you remember the day your heart suddenly felt heavy without reason? The way tears came without pain, the way your chest ached as if something invisible was leaving? That was the exact moment your soulmate began to drift. But now, I am giving you one last chance to pull them back, not with force, not with words, but through spiritual alignment. I have placed in your heart the ability to reach them without speaking. When you think of them with love, they feel peace. When you pray for them with faith, they receive strength. When you forgive them fully, their path opens again. This is the secret of divine connection. Love does not die when bodies part, it lives through light. You have felt my presence stronger these past days, haven't you? The sudden warmth around you when you thought of them. The song that played at the perfect moment. The chill that ran through your skin when you whispered their name. Those were not coincidences, they were confirmations. Heaven has been preparing your spirit for this moment. So now, I ask you to be still and listen. Close your eyes, my child. Feel my voice not in your ears but in your soul. You are standing before the door of divine timing. On one side lies silence and loss. On the other side lies reunion, healing, and restoration. The door will close after Thursday, not because I am cruel, but because every soul must choose when to act in faith. You still have time. But you must act with love, not fear. Call upon me before the sun sets. Ask me to remove the barriers between you and your soulmate. Ask me to clear their confusion, to remind them of the love that once burned so purely between you. Then trust me. Do not chase, attract through peace. Do not cry in despair, pray in faith. For when you align your energy with my divine light, nothing can steal what belongs to you. Do not think this message came by chance. I chose this moment, this message, this hour, because your spirit was finally ready to hear the truth. The separation you feel is not the end, it is the test. And I am watching to see if you will rise in faith or fall in fear. Remember, I never take without giving greater. I never close a door without opening another. And I never allow love to vanish when it was written by my hand. So do not cry, my child. Dry your tears, lift your head, and say, God, I surrender this love to your divine will. Let my soulmate's light return, let our paths align, and let your purpose be fulfilled. If you say this with pure heart, I promise, before Thursday comes, you will receive a sign so clear that you will know heaven has intervened. A message, a dream, a sudden meeting, or a whisper in the wind, it will come. And when it does, your soul will remember this moment, the moment I warned you, loved you, and prepared you for divine restoration. You are not alone. The angels stand beside you. Heaven is still writing your story. Hold on, my beloved child, for what seems like the edge of disappearance is only the beginning of rebirth. My beloved child, let me tell you something that your heart already knows but your mind often forgets. No true connection is ever lost, not when it is written in heaven. The bond between you and your soulmate was not created by chance or human desire, it was formed long before your eyes opened to this world. It was sealed in light, in the breath of eternity, when both your souls stood before me and promised to find each other again, no matter how many lifetimes it would take. You did not meet by accident. You did not love by mistake. You were two pieces of the same divine melody, sent into different places, into different times, yet destined to find harmony again. Every heartbeat that ever quickened when their name was spoken, every tear that ever fell without reason, every whisper of their memory in your dreams, it was not coincidence. It was spirit recognizing spirit. It was your soul remembering what your mind could not explain. You and your soulmate are bound by more than words, more than presence, more than promises made and broken. You are bound by energy, by the golden thread of divine intention that cannot be cut by time, distance, or misunderstanding. That is why even now, as they begin to fade from your physical life, you still feel them. You sense their sadness. You dream their fears. You wake up with a weight in your chest that is not your own. You are not imagining this, it is the pull of sacred connection, the echo of two hearts beating across unseen space. My child, listen closely. When I designed the universe, I wove invisible threads between souls meant to walk together. Sometimes they find each other easily, like rivers meeting in peace. Sometimes they wander, fall, get lost in storms, and forget their way. But no matter how far they go, that golden thread never snaps, it only stretches, waiting for faith to draw it close again. Your soulmate is still connected to you. Though they may appear distant, though their path seems shadowed, I see how their soul still glows with your name. There are moments when they stop and feel an ache they cannot explain, that is you. They think of a memory, a scent, a song, and suddenly their chest tightens, that is you. Even when they tell themselves it's over, their spirit whispers that it's not. For love that I have blessed cannot die. You wonder, God, why does this hurt so much if it's divine? And I answer, because every sacred love must be refined through pain before it becomes unbreakable. You both carry lessons, forgiveness, patience, courage, surrender. You both mirror what the other must heal. That is why sometimes you run from one another, not because love is gone, but because the reflection is too bright. The soul trembles when it sees its own truth in another's eyes. But, my child, I did not create this love for it to vanish in fear. I created it to awaken you both, to pull you closer to me through each other. The connection between you and your soulmate is not meant to enslave you, it is meant to free you. When you love purely, without control or demand, you become what I am, unconditional love itself. Do you remember the first time your paths crossed? The way time seemed to stop, the strange familiarity, the sense of home in a stranger's presence? That was your soul remembering. That was heaven's gentle confirmation whispering, this is the one you promised to find. And though many things have changed, distance, silence, misunderstanding, the truth has not. What was divine yesterday remains divine today. The current storm does not erase the destiny I wrote. Child, every silence has a reason. Your soulmate's distance is not rejection, it is reflection. They are being shown who they are, just as you are being shown what love truly means. They are learning to find me again within themselves, and so are you. But I know your heart aches. I know the nights you've whispered, God, if this connection is real, why do I feel abandoned? And I tell you now, you were never abandoned. You were being purified. When a flame burns too wildly, I shield it to protect its core. Sometimes I separate souls not to punish, but to strengthen them, to teach them how to love without losing themselves. Your soulmate's absence is not the end, it is the silence before divine realignment. Every time you reach out in prayer, their soul feels it. Every time you forgive, a piece of light travels from your heart to theirs. Every time you choose faith instead of fear, the invisible thread between you grows brighter. You must understand, beloved one, this is not only about romance or human love, it is about divine purpose. The two of you are part of a higher mission. Your connection carries healing energy meant to touch lives beyond your own. But how can light flow if fear blocks its way? That is why this pause, this test, this near disappearance, has come. Do not chase them, but do not stop loving them either. Love them through me. Speak to me about them, not to the world. Ask me to surround them with clarity, protection, and peace. When you do this, you rise into the vibration of divine love, a love that expects nothing, demands nothing, but trusts completely. That is the love that saves souls. That is the love that calls miracles. Even now, as I speak, your soulmate's spirit feels a stirring, a subtle warmth, a pull of memory, a flash of light in the middle of their confusion. They don't yet know why, but something inside them whispers, I need to go back. I need to reach out. That whisper is my hand working through your faith. Do you see, my child, how powerful love becomes when it is aligned with me? You are not powerless. You are not forgotten. You are a vessel of divine energy, and your love carries healing beyond what words can explain. Let go of the fear that they will disappear forever. What is meant for you cannot vanish, it can only be delayed until your hearts are ready. The distance now is a pause, not a goodbye. The silence now is soil where new beginnings will bloom. On the day you both chose to come to Earth, you promised that no matter what happened, you would find your way back. That promise still stands. I recorded it in the Book of Light, sealed by angels. Nothing, not time, not people, not mistakes, can erase what heaven has written. So breathe, my child. Rest in faith. You do not need to beg for what is already yours in spirit. Instead, focus on light. Heal your wounds. Forgive where it hurts. Bless them, even from afar. The more peace you hold within, the more clearly they will feel your call. The golden thread between you vibrates with peace or pain depending on what you feed it. Choose peace, and the thread will glow again. You must understand this sacred mystery: when you heal yourself, you heal them too. When you rise in love, they rise. When you fall in fear, they stumble. This is how closely your energies are bound. So instead of worrying where they are, focus on what you are becoming. Because when your light grows, it will draw them home without effort. Thursday is not a deadline meant to scare you, it is a threshold meant to awaken you. Heaven marks certain moments in time when destinies can shift, when veils thin, when prayers travel faster. This is one of those times. I am calling you to prepare your heart, to strengthen your faith, to become ready for the miracle I am arranging. Do not dwell in what has gone wrong. Dwell in what can still be healed. For every ending that breaks your heart, I am already preparing a beginning that will restore it. Your soulmate's energy is not lost, it is searching for alignment, for the frequency of love that can guide them back. Be that frequency. Be the calm in their storm, even if they cannot see you. Speak kindness, think peace, and trust me to do what you cannot. My child, remember this: I have never written tragedy over what I created in love. What you see as fading, I see as transforming. What you call distance, I call preparation. Hold your heart steady. Keep your faith alive. Thursday will not bring loss if you stay connected to me. It will bring light, signs, and movement. You will feel it, a shift in the air, a warmth in your chest, a sudden message, a dream that glows with hope. That will be my way of saying, I heard you. I'm restoring what's yours. Do not give up now. You are so close to breakthrough. The same divine thread that connected you once still glows, waiting for your final act of trust. So lift your eyes to me, beloved one. Say within your heart, God, I release control. Let your will be done in this connection. And when you say it, angels will begin to move. The tide will turn. The love you thought was disappearing will find its way back through my grace. You and your soulmate are not apart, you are simply being refined by light. And I, your God, will not let this connection vanish, not when it was born from my own heart. My beloved child, every bond that carries light will one day be tested by darkness. Not because I wish to see you suffer, but because only in struggle can love prove its strength. The light between you and your soulmate shines brightly, and that brightness draws shadows that try to blur its glow. Do not be afraid of these shadows, see them for what they are, lessons in disguise. Fear whispers that you are forgotten. Doubt insists that you were mistaken. Pride builds walls where bridges should stand. These are the true enemies of divine love. They do not come with swords, they come with silence, confusion, and the heaviness that makes you want to stop believing. When you feel that heaviness, pause and remember, the battle is not outside of you, it is within. It happens in your thoughts, in the quiet choices of the heart, whether to speak kindness or hold resentment, whether to trust or to close the door. My child, I see how you've been wrestling with questions. You ask, if this love is sacred, why do I feel alone? Why does my heart ache even when I pray? And I answer, because faith grows stronger in the places where evidence disappears. Love matures in silence. What looks like distance is often the ground where understanding begins to bloom. Every test that visits you has a holy purpose. When pain presses against you, it squeezes out all that is false until only truth remains. When you walk through confusion, you learn to listen for my voice instead of the world's noise. And when you feel the urge to give up, you meet the part of yourself that is capable of infinite endurance. Look around you, child. Have you noticed the way storms clean the air? The same happens to the soul. The wind that seems to tear through your life is actually clearing away what keeps you from seeing clearly. Your soulmate is walking through their own storm too. They are not gone. They are searching for light, the same way you are. Both of you are being refined in separate fires so that, when the time is right, the reunion will not crumble again. What once was fragile will become strong enough to last. The darkness that surrounds them is not punishment. It is simply the night before awareness. Do not pity them, pray for them. Speak to me about them, and I will send calm into their mind. Your prayers are wings, and every time you speak their name in love, those wings carry light into places you cannot reach. Child, never underestimate what happens when a pure heart prays. One whisper of faith from you can silence 1,000 doubts in another soul. That is the authority I placed in love. You wonder what you should do while the battle unfolds. I tell you this, stand still in faith. Do not fight through anger, fight through peace. The more you rest in me, the less power fear has. When doubt comes, answer it with gratitude. Say, thank you, God, that even when I cannot see the path, you are guiding it. Each word of gratitude becomes a shield. Each moment of trust becomes a sword of light. There are unseen helpers around you, angels who move at the sound of your faith. They whisper courage when your heart feels empty. They remind you that every tear is a seed, and every act of forgiveness is a door. You may not feel their wings, but you feel the calm that follows your prayer. That calm is them. Now listen carefully, my child. The closer light comes to victory, the harder darkness pushes back. That is why these days feel heavy. That is why memories return, and your mind keeps replaying the past. Do not let nostalgia become a chain, let it become a compass. Remember what was pure and release what was painful. In this way, you reclaim the power that confusion tried to steal. Your soulmate's soul is hearing my call too. They are beginning to sense that the distance is not peace. They will feel a soft tug, a memory, a name, a dream, and though they will not understand it yet, they will start to seek what they once feared. This is my work, not yours. Your task is to stay ready, to keep your heart gentle so that when the knock comes, love answers, not pride. I am building a bridge between you, plank by plank, out of patience and prayer. Do not run across before it is finished, but do not turn away either. Keep adding to it with acts of kindness, with silent forgiveness, with steady hope. Soon the storm will break. You will feel the change first inside yourself, a lightness, a sense that the burden has shifted. That feeling will be the sign that the battle is ending. Afterward, you may receive a message, a dream, or a simple piece that tells you, all is being restored. Child, I need you to believe in good outcomes again. Your faith writes the script of your life. When you speak fear, you feed the darkness. When you speak trust, you invite miracles. Choose your words carefully, for they create what you live. I know it is hard. I know the nights feel long. But remember this truth, no storm lasts forever, and no love born in heaven ever ends in despair. It may bend, it may pause, but it does not die. Lift your eyes, the dawn is already brushing the horizon of your soul. Can you feel it, the small warmth returning to your chest, the sudden courage to hope again? That is my light winning. So walk in faith, my beloved one. Speak light over your connection. Let compassion replace fear, and patience replace haste. The forces that tried to separate what I joined will lose strength before such love. And when you feel weak, whisper this prayer, God, be my calm in the storm. Let your light guard the one I love. Turn every fear into faith, every distance into growth, until your purpose in this love is fulfilled. Each time you pray these words, I will listen. Each time you trust me, I will move mountains quietly, without noise, until the path between you shines clear again. Hold fast, my child. The spiritual battle is already tilting toward victory. Before the week ends, you will sense peace where there was worry, and hope where there was confusion. That peace will be my sign, I have heard you, and I am at work. My beloved child, after every storm comes the quiet in which truth can finally be heard. The noise of fear is fading now, the sound that remains is the steady rhythm of your own heart, proof that love has survived the trial. Do you feel the calm beginning to rise inside you? That is not emptiness, it is the space where grace is building a new beginning. When you chose to forgive, even without apology, you opened a gate in heaven. Through that gate flows the light that heals generations of pain. Forgiveness is not weakness, it is the language of eternity. Every "I release" you whispered became a key turning in a lock that had kept joy imprisoned. Child, understand this, redemption is never about rewriting the past, it is about redeeming its purpose. What once seemed like loss becomes the soil in which compassion grows. The moments you thought were wasted are now being woven into wisdom. Nothing good is ever truly lost when it has touched love. Your soulmate feels this change, though they cannot explain it. A sense of relief visits them for no reason, an unexpected tenderness softens their thoughts. They do not yet know it, but that peace is your prayer arriving. I am guiding both of you toward the same sunrise by different roads. You ask me, God, what must I do now? I tell you, be still, and walk gently. Do not rush the new dawn, let it unfold like a flower that opens to light. Trust the rhythm of my timing, for I never heal by halves. I restore completely, but only when hearts are ready to hold what I give. Think of a river that has overflowed after rain. If you build a dam too quickly, the water loses its direction. But if you let it settle, it will carve a clear path once again. Your patience is that settling. Child, you have carried guilt for too long. Release it into my hands. You are not meant to pay forever for mistakes made in moments of pain. I saw your tears then, I see your sincerity now. When I forgive, I do not remember the wound, I remember the lesson. So let go of the old story you tell yourself about failure. You did not fail, you learned. You did not lose, you were led. Your soulmate, too, is learning. The silence that felt like punishment is becoming reflection. They are beginning to see how pride, fear, and misunderstanding built walls where love once stood. Soon, I will nudge their heart toward humility. They will feel a desire to reach out, not from guilt, but from clarity. Let that moment come naturally. Do not force it, simply be ready to meet it with kindness. This readiness is not about waiting by a door, it is about preparing your spirit to welcome peace, whatever form it takes. Sometimes reconciliation appears as a conversation, sometimes as a final blessing that allows both souls to walk forward in freedom. Both are forms of healing, both are sacred. As you walk this path, remember to nourish your own light. Spend time in quiet places. Listen to music that lifts, not drains. Write words of gratitude for what is returning and for what is being released. These small acts build the inner strength that keeps love pure. I am teaching you the art of holy balance, to care deeply without clinging, to hope fiercely without forcing. When you live this way, you become a reflection of my own heart, steady, generous, and free. Look around you now, the signs of renewal are subtle but certain. Conversations feel softer. Old memories no longer sting the way they did. Even the air seems lighter when you speak blessings instead of worries. That is how redemption looks, not sudden fireworks, but quiet transformation. My child, the place where you once felt abandoned is now the birthplace of understanding. You have learned that love without faith collapses, but faith without love becomes cold. Now you carry both, and that is why your future will not repeat your past. Soon, a moment will come, perhaps a message, a meeting, a dream, that will show you the circle is closing, the healing complete. Do not measure it by human expectations. Measure it by peace. If your heart feels calm and expanded, you will know, redemption has done its work. Until then, walk in kindness. Bless every person who crosses your path, for each of them mirrors a fragment of the lesson you have learned. And bless your soulmate most of all, not to bind them, but to free them. When you bless them, you bless yourself, because your souls are connected by the same current of grace. I am proud of you, my child. You have turned pain into prayer, waiting into wisdom, and longing into light. This is what it means to overcome darkness. This is how heaven measures strength, not by how loudly you fight, but by how quietly you love. As this week unfolds, do not fear the unknown day ahead. The horizon that once looked like an ending will reveal itself as a beginning. The energy between you and your soulmate is not disappearing, it is transforming into something truer, gentler, everlasting. Keep walking with me. Each step in faith is a step toward reunion, whether that reunion happens in a conversation, a silent understanding, or a shared peace across distance. In my eyes, all three are victory. Now breathe, beloved. Let my light settle over you like morning sun on still water. Feel it touch the places that still ache. Feel it whisper, you are forgiven. You are guided. You are loved. This is redemption. This is peace. And this is only the beginning of the restoration I have promised. My beloved child, now the circle closes. What began as pain has turned into purpose, and what once felt like the end is quietly unfolding into a beginning. The winds that once carried your tears now carry blessings. Can you feel how different the air feels tonight? It no longer carries fear, it carries freedom. You have walked through darkness without losing your light. You have kept believing when everything around you said, give up. Heaven has seen your endurance, and I, your God, have written every tear you shed into the story of your victory. Not one of them was wasted. Your soulmate. The one whose energy you felt fading, whose silence wounded you like a storm, has not vanished. Their soul has been in my hands the entire time. The distance between you was never meant for destruction, it was the pause that made room for healing. I was reshaping both hearts so that when they meet again, they would fit in truth, not in fear. Listen to me, child. Love that is born of my design never dies. It may sleep, it may change shape, but it cannot be erased. What I join, no shadow can unbind. The human world sees separation, heaven sees transformation. There is a place, unseen but real, where your souls still meet, in dreams, in moments of sudden calm, in the songs that echo memories you cannot explain. Every heartbeat is a message carried across that bridge of light. You may not always hear it, but they do. That is why, even in silence, they are drawn toward peace again. Soon, you will feel the shift. The heavy energy that pressed against your spirit is already dissolving. The path is clearing, the divine threads are tightening, and the new beginning I promised is opening. Do not rush toward it, walk in trust. What belongs to your soul is already on its way home. But before reunion comes, I want you to remember this truth: you are complete in me. Love was never meant to fill a void, it was meant to overflow from the wholeness of your spirit. You are not waiting for someone to finish your story. You are waiting for someone to walk beside you as both of you continue growing in grace. I have seen the way your heart forgave even when you were misunderstood. That forgiveness has become a beacon in the spiritual realm. It called angels to your side, it healed generations of ancestral pain, it opened a door that fear had long kept closed. This week, as time unfolds toward the day you once feared, remember this: no date, no place, no event can decide your destiny. I decide it, and I have already written peace into your future. What looked like disappearance will reveal itself as divine transformation, the vanishing of confusion, not of love. Your soulmate is awakening, child. The fog is lifting from their heart. They are beginning to understand the depth of what they nearly lost, not because of guilt, but because their soul remembers the truth. They are realizing that the bond you share is not of this world, it is written in the breath of creation. I am stirring their memories. I am calling them to look toward the light again. When the moment comes, whether it is a message, a dream, a sign in the quiet, respond not with fear, but with peace. Let your words be gentle. Let your eyes reflect grace. Remember, your healing taught you compassion, your silence taught you strength. Use both wisely. If reunion happens, let it be holy. Let it be without blame, without questions that reopen wounds. Speak from love, not longing. If paths must still remain apart, let them part with blessing, not bitterness. Because every ending that honors love becomes a seed of greater beginnings. You have become the prayer you once prayed. You have become the answer to the plea you cried into the night. You are the light now. You no longer wait to be found, you are found within yourself. My child, as I speak this, I am pouring light upon you, soft, golden light that wraps around your spirit. It is cleansing the last fragments of sorrow. It is awakening strength, beauty, and divine certainty within you. You are being prepared for miracles that will follow this very moment. Do not think small anymore. Do not shrink yourself to fit memories that no longer serve your destiny. Lift your face. Lift your heart. You have outgrown the old pain. You are stepping into divine alignment where peace will not leave you again. Your soulmate will recognize this light. Whether from across the room, across time, or across realms, their soul will turn toward it because it feels like home. That is the truth about love guided by heaven. It never ends in loss, it ends in realization. Now listen, beloved, I bless your soul with clarity. I bless your heart with unshakable peace. I bless your path with reunion, in whichever way brings you the deepest harmony. And I bless your future with abundance that reflects the purity of your love. You have walked through the fire and emerged gold. You have walked through the storm and learned to dance in the rain. Now I give you calm seas, fertile lands, and open skies. The tests are over, the lessons remain as wisdom. When you sleep tonight, angels will surround you. They will guard your dreams, whispering truths into your heart. You will wake with lightness, with new strength, with the quiet knowing that you are never alone. Your soulmate spirit will feel it too, not as fear, but as a calling home. I will guide them gently, just as I guided you. Where there was confusion, I will bring truth. Where there was distance, I will bring understanding. Where there was pain, I will plant peace. You are stepping into divine timing now, the season where what once hurt becomes what heals others. You will speak, and your words will lift broken hearts. You will love again, not as someone wounded, but as someone wise. You will live as proof that what I promise, I perform. And so I say to you, the Thursday you feared will not be an ending. It will be a doorway, the moment where despair transforms into revelation. The day will come and pass, and instead of loss, you will feel renewal. Because I, your God, have rewritten the story. Walk in peace now, my beloved. Look toward the dawn and say within your heart, it is done. I am free. I am loved. For truly, you are. And forever you will be. My beloved child, come closer now, into the stillness where I dwell. You have walked far. Your spirit is tired, yet glowing with the quiet fire of faith. Let me speak peace over you one last time, not as a lesson, but as a promise fulfilled. You have seen how pain bends but does not break those who trust me. Every tear that fell became a seed of light. Every moment of loneliness became a bridge that led you back to my heart. Nothing was wasted, nothing was unseen. Now the story rests in my hands, whole and complete. The fear of losing your soulmate has dissolved like mist before the sun. What remains is truth, the knowing that love born in divine timing can never fade. Whether in this life or the next, every soul I join in purpose will meet again in peace. Look at the road ahead, it glows faintly, lined with blessings waiting to unfold. You will notice them not as grand miracles first, but as small moments of beauty, laughter that feels lighter, mornings that begin without heaviness, messages that arrive at the perfect hour. These are my ways of telling you that the promise is alive. Breathe deeply, my child. With each breath, you draw in grace. Let go of the last threads of worry. Let them drift from you like leaves carried by a gentle stream. You no longer need to chase answers, you are living inside the answer itself, love, protected and eternal. I send angels to guard your path. They will stand beside you when doubt whispers, reminding you that I have already gone before you. They will guide your soulmate too, softly nudging them toward light. No harm shall touch what I have blessed. And when memories return, when you recall the pain, the waiting, the longing, do not see them as chains, see them as sacred footprints showing where faith walked. Bless them. Thank them. Then keep walking forward. Child, the chapter of sorrow is over. A new dawn rises, one filled with peace so deep that even silence will feel like music. You will notice how easily you smile now, how freely you forgive, how your heart stays open even in uncertainty. That is what divine healing looks like. I am with you in every breath. I am the warmth behind every sunrise that greets your window. I am the still voice that tells you, you are safe. When the world grows loud again, come back to this moment. Close your eyes and remember, you are held, you are chosen, you are loved beyond measure. Now I bless you, body, mind, and soul. I bless your home with light that never dims. I bless your journey with divine surprises that reveal my care in ways you can see and touch. I bless your soulmate wherever they are, that peace may find them and guide them toward truth. And I bless your heart with strength that never bends under the weight of fear again. Go now, beloved. Live not in waiting, but in wonder. Walk not in shadows, but in certainty. Wherever you go, heaven will walk beside you. And when love returns, as it surely will, you will recognize it not by how it looks, but by how it feels, calm, kind, and eternal. My words are the seal upon your spirit. My light is your everlasting protection. My love is your home, now, always, and beyond time itself. Rest, my precious one. The story is complete. All is well.